Hi there, today's marketing lesson is going to be about hiring well. Now when I say hiring well, I'm not talking about how you hire your craftsmen, for example. What I'm talking about in this video is how you hire people or businesses that provide marketing services for your company. Now, I will tell you that every business owner out there is no doubt that everybody has some story, some war story of how they've been burned, either by a web designer or a search engine optimization company or somebody, somehow, somewhere. Everybody has been burned. I know I have on more than one occasion. But I want to say something along those lines. I've learned the hard way that a lot of times if we can make some decisions better in the front end, we can prevent a lot of those types of things from happening. And I don't want you to get mad at me when I say this, by the way, but I have learned that when you find yourself in a situation where you have been burned, and if you sort of step outside that situation and look at it from a very subjective view, you can sometimes see where you could have prevented that from happening. Now let me tell you a couple of core things to look for that can definitely lessen your chances of getting burned if you'll just do these few things when you are going to hire a person or hire a business to provide a marketing service for you. Number one is the most important thing is the expectations. Expectations are critical. You need to make sure that you have the right expectations of the value of the service that you are going to receive. Because if you have the wrong expectations, chances are you're going to become dissatisfied in that relationship. And that, of course, creates a situation where you get burned. Let me give you the perfect example. I have a marketing consulting practice. I work with companies in my business, and together we build marketing campaigns and we build a marketing strategy that they get reward from over time. And a lot of times it could literally take up to a year to get really big reward from the type of marketing that I do. So if someone comes into my practice, for example, and they're expecting a return in a week or even a couple of months, they might be disappointed because that's not the type of marketing that I do. I do big picture marketing. So that's what I mean by having the right expectations. Make sure you understand what you are going to receive. The second thing is education. You have to be educated. And by the way, I want to say this, I don't want you to get mad at me, but it is your responsibility to be educated about what it is you're buying. If you end up buying the wrong service or buying the wrong product, it's not just that person's fault for selling it to you, it's also your fault for buying it. So it's up to you to make sure, I'm not saying become a genius at it, because if you were to do that, then why would you need them? But just kind of figure out, you do enough reading and do enough research to at least know something about what it is you're buying so you can make a very informed decision. The third area is don't make wallet decisions. No wallet decisions. What I mean by a wallet decision is when you make a decision to buy a service or product in your business based solely on its cost. Let's say that you were considering you were going to design a website and you were looking at 3 different web design companies. Don't just choose the guy with the lowest price, because he might not be the best value for you in your business. He might not be the right fit for you. And a lot of times when we go with the cheapest decision or we go with the cheapest price, we sometimes make that decision and then we end up doing business with people who aren't qualified. And guess what happens if they're not qualified? Yeah, you usually end up getting burned. So let me tell you what I do in my business. Now, I know we have budgets. We have to stay vigilant of those budgets. I have a budget, but what I do in my business when I'm going to purchase something and I have a couple of different choices, I pretend that money is no object. Just for a minute, I entertain myself to pretend that money is no issue. And then I subjectively look at the choices that I have. What's good about this guy? What's good about this one? And then that's how I make decisions. Then I kind of slide the money back in, and then I make my decision. most of the time, sometimes I end up spending a little bit more because it's the right fit for my business. That's how we need to make decisions when we're going to buy something. The other thing is the big picture. And that kind of goes along with what I just said. Make sure that when you purchase something from a person or from a business, when it comes to marketing your company, you're looking at the big picture, because marketing is about a commitment. It doesn't happen in a day, it doesn't happen in 90 days. It's about a commitment. You're making a commitment to your business to build a great strategy that over time is going to bring profits to your company. So always be considering the big picture. And if you are doing that, that'll sometimes keep you from making wallet decisions. Monitor. Whoever you hire, whatever business you hire, whatever person you hire, you deserve to be able to trust that person or that business. But it is your responsibility to monitor what they're doing. You want to make sure that you're vigilant. You don't have to monitor every little thing they do. You don't have to micromanage them. You should be outgrowing your business. But make sure that you at least know what's happening. You know how they're representing your business, which takes me to the next point. You have to make sure that whatever it is they're doing, that they are representing your brand well. Whatever they're doing for you, how does it look to your target market? How does it look to your consumer? That is the most important thing. You need to make sure that they're doing a great job. If you'll consider these things when it comes down to making marketing decisions, when it comes down to purchasing services or products, I promise you from the bottom of my heart that you'll get burned a whole lot less. Cheers.